Hi, my name is Chris, and my childhood dreams of owning a pet have finally come true. I am officially a cat mom now. I am a cat mother now. I've only had my baby for a few months now, but here is what it's been like so far and some important things that I've learned in case you're interested in adopting a kitten, or even if you're not, I hope you enjoy this video because I think the world needs to be more educated about cats. They are very misunderstood and highly fascinating creatures. At first, I searched up on Petfinder adoptable cats in my area. I told my friend that I really was looking to adopt a kitten. My friend knew of my other friend's dad who he was trying to give away his 10 kittens because he had 2 cats, he didn't spay them, and they gave birth to a bunch of kittens that he couldn't take care of on his own. And so I saw that as a perfect opportunity. Hey, free kittens available. Sign me up. So, the cat guy texted me today saying 4 kittens are adopted already that are at 6 weeks and they're from the first litter and only 2 are left. I worry you might not like them because they're not so cute. But if you want cute ones from the second litter, which are now 4.5 weeks, you better pick it up next week. The 2 kittens available now are not looking cute, literally. But he's like, up to you though. I'm like, what does that mean? So I asked if he can send photos of the 2 kittens, and the first photo that he sends me of this kitten, I'm immediately in love. Like, that's my baby. I'm just like, I've seen so many pictures of kittens by now, but I've never felt this emotionally attached to one. The first order of business was to cat-proof the space and prepare to welcome this new kitten home. And so this included getting rid of any toxic houseplants. I also ordered some essential cat supplies that I needed, which turns out the main things you need is food. I asked the previous owner what he's been feeding her, and it was a combination between wet and dry food, so that's what I bought. I also got a shallow food bowl and water bowl and a food and water bowl placemat. Very important, you will need a litter box, preferably at least 1 litter box per cat. I ended up getting 2 litter boxes to put in the bedroom and in the bathroom. I know. And equally important, you'll need some cat litter and a litter scooper. I ended up trying 3 different litters before I found one that I like decently. Litter is litter. How much can you love litter? You'll also need a cat carrier to take the cat home from wherever you're picking her up to your home. And it also helps if you have a cat tower and a cat scratcher because your cat will be scratching. What I didn't know is that you don't necessarily need a cat bed because this whole couch is now my cat's bed. I'll get into that. Basically, I ended up getting a cat bed that she never ever steps foot in. And the most important step in this preparation phase was to learn, and do my research on cats in general. And this was the most fun part because I didn't know anything about cats and their behavior, and I didn't grow up with either a dog or a cat, so I didn't know what I was signing up for. The 2 people that I found to be really helpful are both on YouTube. The first is the kitten lady. She's a kitten expert, and she recently very timely came out with webinars going over every single detail of how to prepare and how to take care of kittens. And also Jackson Galaxy, he has his own show called My Cat from Hell. He basically goes into people's homes who have cats that are literally so difficult to deal with.
Hi, sweetie. It's okay. Wow.
He kind of tries to examine what the real issue is and to give advice to the owners of what's really going on and how to turn this devil of a cat into a sweet, loving, confident cat. That was really helpful, and that actually prepared me to expect the worst when adopting my cat. Let's talk about the journey of bringing my cat home because it was a journey. Week 1 was a journey. So meeting my cat for the first time, we drove to the owner's home, we wore a mask, we got to meet her, and immediately she was running away and hiding. The owner actually lets the cats go outside in the backyard, so she had a ton of fleas on her, really bad. So the first day or two, I really wanted her to feel comfortable and cater to her. When we first brought her in here and opened her carrier, she immediately scurried on over under our media console. So that's why it's very important to prepare your home, block your unders. It was first the media console and under our bed. Those were the 2 spots that she stayed in for the first few days, and she did not want to come out at all. She was incredibly shy. She was meowing constantly. She was so itchy because she had a ton of fleas on her. It was disgusting. Her eyes the entire time were super dilated and anxious, and she just looked really sad and tired. It was so strange because I did not expect this at all. I thought worst case scenario, we'll take her home and she will be super chaotic, super hyper, knock everything down. But in fact, she was the exact opposite. Literally for the first day or two, it did not even feel like we had a kitten because she was hiding the entire time. I searched up online and read an article that said that it really takes time for kittens to adjust to a new environment. It could take weeks to months to years. And reading that, I just embraced the fact that maybe she might be hiding in our home for like the next year. I legitimately thought that she's just really shy, really anxious, and this is just how it's gonna be. Anyway, I didn't mind her hiding, but I was getting concerned because she did not come out to eat or poo or pee until the next day. Anything that I tried to introduce to her, she would be extra cautious of, even her food. I basically brought the food bowl to her sleeping spot because she was scared to venture out. Another main problem was her fleas. So she was incredibly itchy, and she had fleas like all over her, and we needed to give her a flea bath, but we also didn't want to just grab her out of her hiding spot where she felt safe. Cats do not like to be pulled out of their hiding spot. They especially are fearful of water, and I was being extra sensitive and careful not to make her scared of us, but this is just something we had to do. We pulled her out and we had to give her a flea bath, and she hated it.
Honey, it's okay.
Oh
Honey.
no. I'm sorry.
Honey, it's okay.
I'm so sorry, Ronnie.
Honey, come here.
Oh no.
Honey, I want to make you feel better, okay? No, get this off. Get this off. Yeah.
Okay.
Get more soap. No. Just lather it up. Honey.
I'm so
Honey.
sorry, Ronnie. It's going to be okay. It's going to be
It's okay, honey.
Let's do this. Let's do this first. Oh, you're doing such a good job, Ronnie.
Honey.
Really quick. Good girl.
Good girl. Good girl.
Okay, you're done.
Do a lot. Come on. Oh,
Wait,
on his nose.
How am I supposed to get that? I hope don't hate us for this. I think to focus.
Good job, honey.
Oh my goodness. It's okay. Little kitty.
Dude, what do you do about the underbelly? Other side too. We couldn't get the underside. Okay. Should we go?
For the first few weeks, we were constantly combing her. We had to vacuum the whole place down and spray the flea spray. We had to give her flea medication. And then a few weeks after, we found out that she had some digestion issues. So we were feeding her 3 different medicines for like 2 weeks or so. That's just something to be aware of when you're adopting a kitten, is you never know what kind of issues that they will also come with. But you know, that's just something that you have to be financially and mentally and emotionally prepared for. Now she's a lot healthier and happier. On day 3, she finally pooed, which I was celebrating. I literally took photos of her poo. I am such a cat mom, making sure that they were healthy, but she was really, really constipated. I basically wrote down a little kitten diary every day to track her progress, and I documented all of her little victories because every single day she was getting more comfortable, more confident enough to explore new places in the home, and that just made me so happy, just seeing her have the courage to take those small steps forward. It made me so proud of her. Day 3 is when she sat on my lap for the first time. I believe that entire day she would not get off my lap. I'd be trying to work, she'd be sleeping on my lap. I'd be trying to read, she'd be sleeping on my book. She would not get off of me. And I found that to be really adorable because that kind of signaled to me that she trusts me now. I wanted to introduce you guys to my cat. She's sleeping right now, so I don't want to bug her. Her name is Uni. She's otherwise known as Uni Bear, Pretty Baby, Unicorn, Uni Bussum, Oons, Uni Baboony, Uni Booty, you cutie booty, Uni. You get the point. I think once you become a cat mom or mom in general, you literally stop caring about how insane you sound. When I talk to my cat, I sound really happy. Let's put it that way. But we named her Uni because she, number 1, looks like Uni. She's controversial like Uni. You either hate Uni or you love Uni. Cats in general are a little bit, you either like them or you don't. She may be spiky on the outside, but on the inside, she's buttery sweet. She's very playful, very curious and affectionate. I consider her a tortico because I cannot tell for the life of me if she is a tortoiseshell cat or a calico cat. Both aren't a breed of cat, it just refers to the color of their coating. So she is tricolored. From the back side, she completely looks like a tortoiseshell cat, but then when you look at her from the front side, she has a white chest and belly area, and then she has orange fur right under her eyes. Those are her little Uni cheeks, and I was on the fence of getting either a black cat, an orange cat, or a white cat, and she happens to be 3 in 1, so worked out perfectly. And someone told me on my cat's Insta story that Uni means rest in Estonian, so I thought that was so cute because she's the absolute most adorable when she's resting. And then the other day, my husband pointed out that when you spell Uni, it's spells U-N-I, and I didn't even know that. And now for the part of the video that I've been meaning to get to. This is everything that I wish I knew before adopting a kitten. I did see several of these videos, but there were additional things that I learned along the way that I wish someone would have warned me about. I don't know. They're not all bad things. Number 1, Uni is now my new alarm clock, which is good and sometimes frustrating. Cats in general really like their routine, so it keeps me accountable to be on top of it, of when I feed her, when I sleep, when I wake up, because the earlier I feed her last meal at night, the earlier she will wake up. So she will sometimes wake up between 5 to 7 a.m. Now I try to feed her midnight to 1 a.m. and then she'll wake up a little bit later. That's also because we choose not to free feed her. It's kind of cute because sometimes I'll be dead asleep and she'll be all up in my face sniffing me and basically letting me know that she wants to either play or eat or just acknowledge her presence. Playing with your cat is such an important part of bonding with them. If you're going to adopt your cat, you will have to adapt your schedule to fit in at least like 10 to 15 minutes a few times a day to play with them. The raw cat needs to hunt. It's in their DNA. So if they aren't able to expend that energy, they might release that energy in aggressive ways that you may not like. So to play with your cat, you do not need fancy toys at all. This toy right here, I believe is like $2 to $3 off of Amazon, and it is one of the most popular cat toys because it recoils back and she likes to destroy these little cardboard pieces. I don't know what it is. Be willing to love your cat more than your possessions. I kind of already gave up. My cat is a scratcher. She does not ever scratch her actual cat scratcher because she loves to scratch. She'll scratch our couch, she'll scratch our rug. Literally, I don't know where all of our pens go or my rubber bands because she will hide them like under the couch or in the couch. She loves playing with pens. She loves playing with wires. She bit through my earphones. She loves slippers and strings. She loves corners. She loves corners of anything, whether it's of books, tables, chairs, laptops, phones, pillows, and she also likes to climb. So she will climb our window screen. She will climb all the way up in a matter of seconds. And then she also tries to climb our curtain. Kitten frap is real. It stands for frenetic random activity period. Cats are nocturnal creatures. When she's in her frap mode, she is caffeinated. It's so funny. She will chase her own tail. She will pounce on nothing. She'll get really paranoid. It's honestly really hilarious. I found that it is impossible to have banned areas with the kitten unless you strictly close them off with a literal door that they cannot open or a gate that's just impossible to hop over, because no matter how many gazillion times we will take her off of our bed or the dining table or my laptop, she will always go back to it because that's what she wants, and a cat will get what they want. At first, anytime we would let her on the bed, she would start peeing on our bed. And this would happen in the middle of the night, and then I'd have to put the bed covers in the laundry, and the next night she'd do it again. She'd pee on the bed, and it's sometimes hard to tell because she would look like she's sleeping, and then we look and we smell and we see that she is actually peed on our bed. I actually put sticky tape all around the bed. That did not work. We tried to be nice and civil about it and gently put her off the bed every time she would try to go on. That obviously didn't work, so we tried to be really strict and aggressive. That did not work. Essentially, after multiple times of her peeing on the bed and us washing the bed, she just suddenly stopped peeing on the bed. She never pees on the bed anymore. We just allow her to sleep on the bed. I guess there's truce. I guess she marked our bed enough. I never thought that I'd want to share my bed with a pet. I never thought I would actually allow it, but surprisingly, I like encourage her to come on the bed with me now. So I love her soft little body. I literally cater to her so much. She will literally put me in such uncomfortable positions, but I will not move because I do not want to disrupt her sleep. I honestly think she owns me more than I own her. Anytime that we are eating, she will be really curious and she'll need to give it a sniff. And now we just kind of let her sniff it. She's just curious. She just wants to sniff it. Or we like to have lemons on the table, and for some reason cats are repulsed by citrus, so she'll literally like back off if she smells lemons. So we just put lemons in her face. We like to troll her as much as she likes to troll us. Because I do work from home, it's sometimes really hard to focus when she really wants my attention, because she will literally like get on the keyboard and rest on the keyboard. Like, I don't know if it's the warmth or the magnetic radiation from the keyboard. She really likes sitting on the keyboard. Cats can actually scratch. My cat is definitely a scratcher and a biter. They do say that calico and tortoiseshell cats have tortitude. Sometimes when I'm going in to pet her or cuddle with her, I never know if she's going to allow me to pet her and purr, or she'll try to go for my hand or my face. A lot of times she'll scratch on accident just because she's in her play mode and her hunting mode. A good way to actually avoid that is to train your cat to never see your hands as a toy. If she tries to go for her hands, distract her with an actual cat toy. I have cat scratches and scars just all over my arms, and my husband gets a slight allergic reaction to her scratches, but it doesn't hurt as badly as you would expect. I don't know if it's just because I'm like blinded by my love for my cat. I think if I was younger, I would have thought like I would hate to have a cat that always scratched me, but I don't know. I think maybe I'm just used to it. Another thing that I wasn't fully aware of is that cats spend a third of their waking hours grooming themselves. So they self-groom, which is hallelujah, so cool. I did not know that cats can literally lick themselves clean. It's kind of gross because she will like sometimes step on her poo and start licking her paws, but that's just part of their ritual. But even though they groom themselves, it's still important to upkeep their hygiene. Apparently, it's recommended to brush their teeth every single day, which is something that we fail to do. Not gonna lie. It's also important to keep her nails trimmed. Again, she does not like that either. Sometimes she'll get a lot of random dust on her body, and it's important to kind of comb her fur through. And also it's important to keep their litter box clean. So we'll empty out her litter box every day, and every week I'll try to clean the actual litter box. Because if their litter box is not clean, they will literally just find another place to do their business. Uni is so quiet. Because she's so quiet and sneakily moves so quickly everywhere, I will sometimes step on her, which I've done on multiple occasions, on accident obviously, and sometimes she'll randomly sneak up on me. Sometimes we accidentally left her once in our pantry, and a little while later we heard meowing and we were like, where is that coming from? And we realized she quickly snuck up in there, and then we closed the door on her and she was stuck in there and we didn't even know. Another thing is that I have to be really still around her. This was more so in the beginning when I was extra cautious of her. Especially in the beginning, anytime we introduced new sounds, she would either be curious or scared of it, and now she's used to all of our little sounds. For example, the first time we would vacuum, she would immediately run under the bed. Now she just watches us. Any loud noises, like when I'm making coffee or loading the laundry or taking a shower, she's used to all of it now. But in the beginning, I was extra sensitive about introducing these sounds to her. No one told me that a sleeping cat is the most adorable thing in the entire universe. I don't know how other cats sleep, but when my cat sleeps, she loves to just stretch out and be super long, or she'll like cover her face. She does all sorts of sleeping positions, but when she's sleeping, she's so cute. A cat purring is a noise like you will never imagine. I never knew that cats purr that way. Be prepared for the majority of your camera roll to be filled with images of your new cat. Cats are overstimulated with a lot of things, but I really wish that I could pet her without worrying about her possibly scratching my face or going at it with my hand. I don't know if that's just because she's a kitten and she's in her kitten phase. Most cats get easily overstimulated. You have to know the right places and the right timing to pet them. So I mainly only pet her when she's calm, when she's sleeping, and not when she's in her attack mode, obviously. Once your cat gets comfortable, they may perhaps follow you everywhere. My cat follows me everywhere. It's actually really adorable. I heard this is common in cats, but especially when I go to the restroom, every single time she will trot along immediately behind me. She will go on the waste bin behind the toilet and look at my butthole, watch me pee, poo, wipe, and flush. Every single time I go to the bathroom, that's like her routine. She has to watch me do this. You little weirdo. But yeah, that's the level of friendship we have. And whenever I'm doing something new, she's so curious about what I'm up to. She's just as curious about me as I'm curious about her. And the other day I took a bath and she'll just perch over, or she'll just sit there patiently watching what I'm doing. Or anytime I'm eating, she'll just sit there. She has such good posture. I love that about her. She'll just sit there super polite, waiting for me to finish. And last but not least, despite any stressful thing that I mentioned about owning a cat, I did not know how much I would love my cat to death. Despite everything, despite all of the battle scars that I have of her attacking me, despite her ruining my things and causing me to lose sleep, I cannot imagine life without her. She's a source of so much joy for me now, and she gives me a healthy dose of distraction when I need it sometimes. She reminds me that life doesn't have to be so serious. I could just laugh a little. She's so entertaining. I love seeing her reactions to everything. I love her touch. Her paws are the softest thing in the world. Her little toe beans. As you can tell, I'm very obsessed with her now. Everything with cats takes a bit of patience. She's still a kitten, so she's like a baby, and I had to realize that it's important to respect their personal space. It's important to give her the attention she needs sometimes. The more time I spend with her, the more intuitive I become to what her sounds mean. Other times, cats are just weird and an enigma, and I have no idea what she's doing or thinking. You may find yourself constantly asking Google questions every day. It's so crazy. My love for her grows more and more and more. Didn't think it was possible. I never knew how much I could love a cat. If you're on the fence about adopting a cat, don't be afraid. I was scared that I wouldn't be able to love another creature. I guess it just kind of comes naturally the more time you spend with them. I hope you found this video to be helpful. Maybe it encouraged you to adopt a kitten. There are literally millions of kittens out there who need homes and a loving owner to take care of them. I also have an Instagram for Uni. You could follow her at meow.iamuni. I actually put more effort into my cat's Instagram than my own Instagram, so please make sure to go follow her. I love y'all and I'll see you soon. Mwah! Bye-bye. Uni.